Hi guys, so as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about why I hate dogs. And yes, I hate dogs. Now, I don't hate all dogs, but there are certain types of dogs that really get on my nerves. And the reason I hate dogs, or I'm annoyed by them, is simple. I was bitten by a dog when I was younger, and I got attacked by a dog on a couple of other occasions. Now, the other two attacks weren't as serious as the first one. The first one was so serious I had to get medical attention, and I also had to basically get the rabies shot as well because we didn't know who the owner was. What happened was the owner neglected that dog a long time ago, so it didn't really matter. I'm not the only one in my family who's been attacked by dogs. My dad was attacked by a dog once. I have a young relative who also was attacked by a dog, and she required medical attention as well. Now, a lot of people say, well, it's not the dog, there are just some responsible owners, and it's very few. And I understand it's a very few, but those very few can cause a lot of damage, and they can cause a lot of harm. And one thing I want to point out is, there is this huge obsession with dogs. I know a lot of people are dog fans. There are other pets out there besides dogs, like cats, for instance. My neighbor has 3 cats. They're adorable, they're lovely, and most importantly, they're not a threat to anybody. And they're easy to raise, and I don't understand why more people can't have these harmless type of pets. And not just cats, there are many types of harmless dogs that anybody could have, like these chihuahuas or these little creatures that don't grow beyond a certain size and are never a threat to anybody. But now look, I understand some people want those bigger types of dogs. Maybe they're fascinated with them, maybe they're using them for safety reasons, and that's perfectly fine. But the thing about this is, if you're going to have a pet that could be dangerous, then basically treat it as something that could be dangerous, like a gun as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't care if it's a dog or if it's a huge snake, I don't mind you having that pet. But if you're going to have an animal that's capable of hurting people, it should be treated like a weapon. The worst dogs, in my opinion, that I have the biggest issues with are German Shepherds and Pit Bulls. And the reason is, if those are those sort of dogs, if you don't raise them well, they could end up very aggressive. Even in some cases, even if you do raise them well, they'll still end up aggressive, and there is this huge risk factor. But people who own those certain pets, they're sometimes blindsided by the cuteness or their relationship with the pet to understand the sort of threat it poses to others. They might just think, well, it's just being aggressive on certain occasions to some strangers, and it's no big deal, when in reality it could be. And I've seen people like that before. Now, at the end of the day, people are going to say, well, you know what, don't blame the dog, blame the owner. Well, you know what, I'm not blaming the dog. I understand the dog acts like how a dog acts. But if we are really seriously going to blame the owner, then we should have laws that A, make it harder to get those sort of dangerous animals, and B, mandate that anyone who is going to get those animals be trained on how to raise them properly. And also at the same time, C, have someone from animal control come in and check up on them regularly to make sure that this animal isn't growing up aggressive and that they do actually have it under control. And D, which is I think the most important, have actual real laws that punish people who basically end up raising pets that actually end up harming other people. And that includes jail time. I think that if you do have a pet that ends up killing, say, your neighbor's little child, that you should be facing jail time. I don't see why the pet should just be euthanized and maybe you get a small fine. That doesn't make any sense to me. You're the one who chose that pet, and it should be your responsibility at the end of the day. Anyways, that's my issue with dogs. Just let me know what you guys think. I mean, am I being a little too harsh, or have you guys had the same issues as well? Just let me know in the comment section below, and if you like this, please subscribe.